Okay, so are you ready to hit the road?
Always ready for a good road trip, even if it's a virtual one.
Right, exactly. This one takes us back in time too, all the way back to 2007.
Oh, wow, 2007.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's well before smartphones and all that, so that'll be
it
interesting.
really is. We've got this personal travel log, like someone's actual record of their road trip down the California coast.
That's fascinating. You know, those kinds of personal records, they can be real gold mines.
Totally. It's not just like a list of places, right? It's like you get to see what they were thinking and feeling,
Yeah.
kind of step into their shoes for a bit.
Yeah, you can see how the time period kind of shaped their experience too, what they were paying attention to, what was new and exciting back then.
Exactly. So let's dive into this thing, shall we? Our traveler starts their journey at LAX.
LAX, good old Los Angeles International Airport. Probably a bit overwhelming for a first stop.
Yeah, I can imagine. Actually, the log mentions that they were pretty jet lagged, which makes sense. Probably a long flight to get there. Yeah, definitely. So, where'd they head to first? What was stop number one?
Stop number one, 4 hour drive south San Diego.
Ah, San Diego Classic, California. Always a
Right.
good choice.
For sure. And this was back in 2007. So San Diego was already known for its beaches and that laid back vibe.
Absolutely. And, even back then, it was a pretty popular tourist spot, so I'm betting our traveler wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, I doubt it. Now here's where things get a little interesting. The very next stop, they head back north to Long Beach.
Long Beach, stop number two. Okay, so what was going on in Long Beach in 2007?
Well, it's kind of going through this revival. I think the Aquarium of the Pacific had opened a few years earlier. They were really working on making the waterfront more attractive.
So maybe that's what drew the traveler there, that sense of new energy and change.
It's definitely possible. And it just goes to show that this isn't just about ticking off boxes on a map, it's about understanding the context.
Exactly. And that context gets even richer as we move on to stop number three, Santa Maria.
Santa Maria. That's, well, it's not exactly on the typical tourist trail. Nope, not really. And that makes me think the traveler was looking for something a little different. You know, Santa Maria is known for its agriculture. Lots of strawberry farms and wineries.
Hmm. So maybe a bit of a foodie or wine enthusiast.
Could be. And don't forget, this was 2007, way before all the fancy wine tours and stuff, so it shows a real interest in local experiences.
Yeah, I can see that. I bet they were enjoying the scenery, sipping some local wine.
Probably. Okay, so from the vineyards of Santa Maria, we head north again, this time to stop number 4, Monterey.
Monterey. Oh, I know a bit about Monterey, the Monterey Bay Aquarium, world famous.
Absolutely. And it was already a big deal back in 2007, leader in marine research and all that.
Yeah. The log mentions that they spent a whole day at the aquarium, so clearly they were interested in marine life.
For sure. And let's not forget, Cannery Row, right there in Monterey, still had a lot of the history of the sardine fishing industry, even back then.
Wow. So they're getting a mix of the modern and the historical all in one place.
Huh?
Pretty cool.
Well,
And then for stop number 5, they head just north of Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz itself is pretty iconic, right? Who doesn't love the idea of that beach boardwalk? But staying just north of it, maybe they wanted something a bit more low-key.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the redwood forests are close by, and the coastline is just incredible.
And remember, no smartphones, no constant social media. Maybe they were looking for a digital detox.
That's a great point. It's so easy to forget how different things were back then.
Hey.
Okay, from that coastal retreat, they head to stop number 6, San Francisco.
San Francisco, gotta love it. Hub of culture, food, everything.
The log entry for San Francisco is pretty short, though. Just mentions some of the big sites. Maybe they've been there before. Just a quick visit.
Could be. Or maybe they were just overwhelmed. So much to see and do.
Yeah, it can be a lot. And from there, the longest leg of the journey, all the way up to stop number 7, Eureka.
Eureka. Now that's adventurous. Not exactly a typical tourist spot, even for Californians.
It's kind of off the beaten path,
Yeah.
known for its Victorian architecture and being close to Redwood National Park.
And I think it's really interesting that they chose this as their final destination. They could have turned around after San Francisco, but they kept going north.
Yeah, it really shows that they wanted to see a different side of California, experience those less traveled parts.
And that's what makes this road trip so fascinating. It's not just about checking things off the list, it's about discovery, about the stories that unfold along the way.
I totally agree. It really makes you think about what your own California road trip would look like. Where would you go? What would you prioritize?
Yeah, and how would it be different today compared to back in 2007? That's something to think about.
Lots to ponder. Well, that's our deep dive for today. Hope you enjoyed the ride.
Safe travels, everyone.
Until next time.
See you later.